Okay, so we'll discuss today something very interesting. What does a good night's sleep do to our brain? Now, we know we need sleep for resting. We know that if you don't sleep well, you don't have a good day the next day. Now, why does that happen? Two important things happen when we sleep. Number one, all the memories that we develop throughout the day in the waking interactions that we have when we are awake, those memories are consolidated inside the brain. So the brain kind of discards unnecessary, redundant memories. It stores up, pigeonholing the important memories, keeping them in the right place, stacking them up. And that is done through reorganization of networks inside the brain. But the other important thing that happens is that, and that is a new concept, very interesting concept, is the brain we know has fluid in it. That's called the cerebrospinal fluid. Now, the cerebrospinal fluid, when we are sleeping, there is a pathway by which the cerebrospinal fluid comes out of these sacs in which it is stored inside the brain, but it comes out of these spaces, and then through a particular channel, it comes into the brain cells, if you may, or in and around the brain cells. It's called the brain Parenchyma. Now, this part of the brain has stored all sorts of rubbish throughout the day, the toxins, because it was active 24/7. When you are awake, the brain is always active. So it's using up glucose, it's using up protein, it's using up so many things, and it is creating things, excreting things, right? Unnecessary things. These are toxins, and they accumulate inside the brain. And at night, when you sleep, the cerebrospinal fluid now enters the brain and then washes these toxins away. It washes them and sends them through the venous system of our body. It sends back to the body, and then it's excreted eventually through our kidneys, for example. Now, that is a very interesting concept, because all the bad proteins, including, let us say, in Alzheimer's disease, you have bad proteins called amyloid proteins. And as we age, these proteins accumulate in the brain, right? So as we are sleeping, and if you have a deep sleep, these proteins which are accumulating in the brain are also washed away. So the brain is cleared of the toxins. And so number one, it is not only an immediate effect that next day you are fine, but also the long-term effect that you have less memory problems. You also have less stress and less depression and less so many things, because the brain is fresh. So it's extremely important. The bottom line of this is that all of you should have very good night's sleep. We say 7 to 8 hours sleep every day. It's very important. A lot of young people work hard, overworking, delivering, you have deadlines and things like that. All said and done, you cannot avoid sleep. And you should do that in the reasons I've just told you.